Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of She Became Me. I'm your host, Lentina Rogers, and my co host is Yalonda J. Brown.
Hi.
And our guest for today is Jonathan and Regina Warren.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, welcome to She Became Me.
Hey.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
So, what I would like for you guys to do is to enlighten our viewers with all the fantastic things that you guys do in the community and give us an idea, like, where did you guys come up with some of these things? Because you guys got some great things that, you have going on in the community. I first want to thank you guys for your service. You guys are both active military members and for all that you do for keeping our country safe. So whichever one wants to go ahead, you guys could jump right in and just start telling us all about the dynamic couple that you are.
I'll let you go ahead and.
Okay. Well, thanks for having us on the show, and thanks for the support, and we appreciate it, and thanks for the opportunity to talk about some of the things that we do. So
Yeah, and you know what? I think when you support the community, you're kind of supporting yourselves and bettering yourselves at the same time. So we really take that to heart.
yeah. Yeah, we have a couple of businesses. We've been married for 11 years.
Yes.
Around that time, we have 4 kids. We're both soldiers, and Regina, she's a captain in the United States Army. I got out in 2018 as a lieutenant in the United States Army. So she's gonna be a colonel one day here soon, in the next couple years. Uh, and we when we first met, she was doing her modeling thing, and she was in a lot of print magazine, on commercials, and just all kinds of things. And I was doing my food safety consulting, and from there, those two businesses didn't have too much synergy, where we were working together, but we would give each other little tips on how to, push our businesses to the next level. And then from there, we springboard into businesses that we've done together.
Yeah.
And
And I think that's the fun part too. We kind of found some things that we kind of enjoy together. And helping each other's business grow. So there was different aspects from my business that Jonathan helped just encourage different things, studying, getting the MBA, things like that, seeing the business side of things and understanding it. And since I already had like a creativity side, I think that kind of helped me jumpstart into the business a little bit deeper with Jonathan's help. And then so now with the businesses together, I mean, I don't know. I think that's one of the things that helps us find something that we like together.
I
Okay.
love it. I think that is awesome. And so let me ask, because you said some key things when you talk about our theme for this month is love of self, others, and the community. And I think so much of what you said um, lends itself well to that because when you talk about as a couple, number one, coming together with unique interests, talents, and strengths, what advice, would you give to um, couples, in finding how do you first identify and respond to the strengths and um, of one another to build? Because so many couples say that they want to do that, but it is not an easy thing. So
Right.
what is your formula?
Is there a
fir-
formula?
first thing in any formula, you need a lot of love and patience.
Yeah, a lot of God, a whole lot of
Yeah.
God. Yeah, I think with that love and guidance from God, I think we found ways to celebrate each other's differences. And once we got to that point, I think we're actually in that phase now. I think that that's what kind of helps us continue to grow ourselves and our businesses together. I think that's another thing too. We try our hardest not to go into our own silos. And once we realize that we go into our own silos, the other person will say, "Hey, I'm here to help you out."
Yeah.
It can be a lonely road. But yeah.
Yeah, and when we a lot of times when we're doing stuff together, we'll try to play on each other's strengths. Like if we know we got, certain things to do, if it's, sales, marketing or whatever else, then we'll look at each other and be like, well, you better at this, or you can close this deal, or so we try to play off of each other. Regina's really strong with a lot of like design work and a lot of marketing type of stuff, and also on the sales side and operations. So a lot of times, I'll lean on her when it comes to certain things like that, and she'll ask me for advice on things that she know I've already kind of been through, or some hurdles I've already been through. But a lot of times, you just kind of, if you know your partner well enough, you kind of figure out what their strengths are, and then you play to their strengths. Always play to your strengths.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I
Awesome.
think it's huge for you guys to, like, with all the accomplishments that you have. How do you balance the parenting and with all the businesses and from families and friends, and just to, like, how do you guys do that?
she's trying to figure out where our kids are right now. We lock them jokers in the room. No.
I think the support from family really helps
It
too.
does.
And
Yeah.
keeping them involved, and not just, can y'all watch these kids? I think it's more of when you include the family and make it more of a, and it is. It turns into a family business, and everybody feels as if they want to help and contribute. And that's where, hey, can you keep the kids real quick so we can do this podcast? Hey, can you keep the kids real quick so we can do this really quick? And a
Right.
lot of things that we do honestly includes the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're able to come and enjoy, some of the things that we're doing.
Yeah. And
Okay.
we have four boys, but a lot of times what we'll do is we'll split up. You take two, I take two. Usually it'll be, the oldest with the youngest and the two middle, whatever. And
Right.
then a lot of times, like when Regina, she goes to events, she may take them to one of her
Okay.
model call outs. I know
Okay.
they boys, they be in the back room playing with something.
Mhm.
And
Right.
I've taken the boys to some of my classes that I'll teach with the food safety consulting side. So
Okay.
we've just learned that we what do we just split our resources, and
Yep.
you go one
Yep.
way, I go one way, and then
Yep.
we just meet. We'll meet at before bedtime.
Right.
So
And
that
that's a
happens a
so
lot. Like
yeah.
we'll just split up and just take half of them. But we one thing that we do is when you see us, a lot of people, you'll see us with our kids.
Right.
Like we don't we will be with them even if it's business stuff.
So how much planning is involved in you guys trying to get like a date night, or trying to, like, make time for your relationship? That's gonna take a lot of planning, right?
Yes, it does. What we do is honestly, when you really want to do something, you'll find a way to get it done. And
Yes.
so because we really want to, and we do enjoy each other's time. So like
Yeah.
even now, right before we go get the boys, we were thinking about grabbing a bite to eat. So
Okay.
things like that to kind of help us out.
Right. I got you.
That way we could do this together, and then
Uh-huh.
let's get something to eat. You hungry? I'm hungry too. Let's go. So that way we can still enjoy each other and not feel like we need to make this big elaborate plan, and then it takes months to get there, and then we look up and we haven't really spent any time together.
Right.
So taking these little opportunities help.
Definitely.
So I know the pandemic kind of stopped you guys from having the taste of Indy this year, right?
Hmm.
So what kind of made you develop that idea, Jonathan, for you guys to, like, start the taste of Indy?
Yeah, well, I my consulting business started in 2005, and it really grew, and I looked up, and before I knew it, I knew all the restaurant owners, the
Oh,
chefs, the GMs in the city, pretty much from consulting with their crew and doing training at their establishments. And just from traveling, going to different places, going to of course Taste of Chicago, the Bite of Seattle, and all these other wonderful food events, I decided to just kind of call them and get them all together and say, hey, you guys want to try to put on an event? You make a little money, you'll be able to market your products, and we'll try to just start it slowly and see where it goes. And from there, the first year, Regina, she did all of the design work. She did all the logos.
Okay.
She did all the flyers. She did all all the stuff that makes it look good. She's really good at. And we just started moving forward, and we just prayed. We said, Lord, we just want to go as far as you will allow us to go. And we looked up in that first year, there was no barriers in the way for us doing it. And we did it the first year in 2012. We did it on the north basin of the canal, and we had 2,000 people.
Okay.
And the
Wow.
second year we did it on the north basin, we had 5,000 people.
Wow.
The third year we did it on the north basin, and we had 8,000. And then we
Okay.
moved to
Wow.
White River State Park, and we had 12,000.
Okay.
Then we moved to White River. We had White River State Park. The next year we had 15,000. Then we moved
Wow.
to the Circle downtown.
Okay.
We had 18,000. We've done it at the Circle the
Wow.
last couple years, and I stopped counting.
Wow.
Wow.
But
Oh, that is
it's
awesome.
working together, and just always trying to play towards your strengths.
Yeah.
Not trying to take yourself outside of the box too much, but being creative, but playing towards your strengths.
Wow. That's great. And I want to ask a question about the food safety. I read um, the information that you had sent, and this is as we talk to youth that may be viewing and or parents wanting to nurture um, careers. And I am a parent of a creative, and I remember in when she was in middle school, I sent her to an agricultural camp at Purdue each summer because at first it was engineering, and then I've always been one to try to help at that time help her seek a career that might not be considered traditional, especially
Right.
for African Americans. And so I found this program, and
Mhm.
she went every summer. And food safety, that was the she was interested for like 5 minutes. But it was so intriguing to see because I would like you to just speak to. There's a few different pieces, and Tina knows I do this. I load questions, I pile them up on top of each other. So it's talking to the parents and any young people that why is a career in food safety management, agricultural, why is that relevant? And as we talk about community and you working with this various restaurants and all the things that you've done, can you just talk a little bit about um, why in this space, how does it impact community when you're talking about food safety and now we have, our situation with food insecurity, food deserts, loaded up, but you understand where I'm going with this. If we talk about the love of community, but
Right.
why is this important? Why is your job and what you do in this aspect important to community?
Yeah, that is a loaded question, Yolanda. And
Do as much as you can.
well, I've always kind of geared towards the sciences and technical fields. Regina, she has her degree in kinesiology, which a lot of people don't know that. But
Wow.
when it comes to just on the food safety side, and there's a lot of government regulation. There's a lot of things that go into that field, and a lot of fields that are highly regulated. But there's certain fields where you're not just doing a job, you are protecting the public health in the public space. And my degrees in microbiology and chemistry, And I know I've always wanted to kind of help people and also have something that I could actually see what I'm doing, not just looking under a laboratory scope and not really affecting change.
Hmm.
But a lot of people don't realize, like, through the sciences and through these STEM programs, there's a lot of opportunity where you don't just have to be an engineer making something or a scientist doing some lab work. You can go into business. You can go into so many different aspects. You can go into the government sector, and you can help a lot of people through some of these highly technical backgrounds. That's not only just being a doctor or a lawyer, you
Hmm.
know. And a lot of people, they don't see, they don't see that there's so many other aspects of where you can go with a highly technical background. So, for me, I love working with the people. I love when I deal with restaurants, and that has always been my first passion, to deal with the restaurants that I've dealt with, and it's helped everything else grow. But I get to deal with people. I get to help people. I can see people. Certain I've helped companies with recalls, with food recalls, with listeria outbreaks, with things like that, how to get their kitchens cleaner and things like that. And it's been, it's been a good feeling just to be able to do something you love, you have a technical background for, and you can see it helping people. So
Love it.
Okay.
That's
What?
great. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, we've come to the point of our show where we will do a thing that we call Shemale. And what Shemale is that our viewers send in questions and concerns, and they want our opinion on different things. And we invite our guests to be a part of that, giving your opinion. So I'm just going to pull something out here and see what question someone sent in. How can someone know the difference between love and infatuation? How can someone know the difference between love and infatuation? So I'm gonna let you guys take a stab at that first. Uh, Regina and Jonathan, what's your opinion of that?
I think, well, there is a big difference between love and infatuation. The problem is it's hard to realize that there's a difference, because a lot of people are looking for that togetherness so much that they overlook the difference between infatuation and the and true love. I think first it starts with understanding the differences. So for me, infatuation means, just a physical appearance. You're infatuated with how they look, maybe how they carry themselves. Where love is more of, it's on the inside. It's how their character. It's about what the things, the goals that they have for their own lives and how they treat other people. And I think that's the difference. Infatuation is more, for me, is just more physical, more of some similar to something you've seen on TV. And then love is more of the things that you actually understand that person, and no matter
Right.
what, you're there with that person. Good, bad, and different. You understand their heart, and that's why you're there. What would you say? What would you
a good answer.
What you say,
That's
Jonathan? Good
good.
answer.
That's good. Wow. I think the difference is staying power. I
Yeah.
think infatuation is short lived, you know, uh,
Mhm.
sporadic. Uh, I just don't. And I can surface. That's what I'm looking for. Surface
Yeah.
level
Yeah.
um, stuff. More surface. No intention of going deeper in a situation. Whether it's a passion, you can be infatuated with anything, an activity, a hobby, a job. Uh, something just for a moment.
Right.
Yeah.
I think infatuation is something that it don't have to be concrete. Um, Definitely kind of like what you said, Yolanda and Regina. It's on the surface. you just might, it's just like a illusion, you
Mhm.
know. It may not be much to it.
Mhm.
More like love is more of a connection. What we often call, we have chemistry and connection. It's hard to even explain chemistry. It's just a thing where you connect more spiritually, or maybe at the soul, or just on another level other than the physical appearance. So, oftentimes, especially when we're young, we tend to be infatuated by a person's so-called swag,
Mhm.
or what they're displaying to the public. And then, but when you get to know them and pull those layers back, the character may not be great. So everybody that infatuates you does not mean that they're for you. Everything that looks good, or glitter is not gold. So just on the same token as that slogan. So yeah. So Regina and Jonathan, do you guys have anything else you want to share, or that we may have forgot to ask you that you want people to know about you? This would be the time to go ahead and put it out there.
You want to talk about some of your businesses?
Uh, so the so so with the 360
Hmm.
experience, basically it encompasses a lot of different things about the female, and
Hmm.
so it's www.360everything.org.
Okay.
It focuses on mentoring young girls, understanding and unlocking their own passion, their power, their celebrating their differences, their strengths, to use that to propel them forward in life. And then you have the model boot camp. So that's the creative side of things. That's the, most girls want to feel cute and pretty and all these other things. So yeah, we talk about modeling, but we also talk about the business side of it, educating them on the different things that I've learned throughout, my 20 plus years of modeling. And then the last thing is sports. So don't forget that females, we're athletic, cheerleading is a sport, okay? And I'll argue that any day. But that's another thing that, just a different outlet and different ways to mentor young girls. Currently, our mentor group is working on a magazine.
Okay.
It's the Teen Amps magazine. And so if anybody's interested to contribute and help, mentor, give youth an outlet, they can actually email me, and the info is on the screen there. It's just info at 360everything.org. Yep.
Okay, that's wonderful. But I also share with you, Regina, the passion of I was a cheerleader. And yeah, people need to recognize we work hard, and that was a great sport. So I agree with you on that. So Yolanda, do you have any more questions for Jonathan or Regina?
I I don't know. There was so much. I have like a page of notes here. I will definitely, I look forward to learning more. I would just ask, any as far as closing nuggets for our viewers, um, ending on something inspirational, something to encourage our viewers as they close the year, as they continue to navigate this pandemic.
Okay. Well, this is the part that we've come to in the show where we must say goodbye. And I want to thank you guys for joining us and informing us of all the wonderful things that you're doing in the community. And before we go, I want to mention again that the She Became Me book was one of the finalists from American Book Fest this year in anthology category. And we are just honored and proud of that. So that's why I keep mentioning it. So, so,
Yes.
so we will see you guys next time. Bye bye.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.